Hey guys, this is LG's C10 TV for 2020. I'm going to review it. I'll get it out of the way first. This TV has excellent picture quality. LG's OLED TVs like the C10 are known for having some of the best picture quality on the market. This one is no exception. LG put all the bells and whistles into this TV, but the real question is it better than last year's model? I brought a C10 and a B9 from last year into my basement review situation here, compared them side by side. I gotta say, they're really not that different. The C10 is great, excellent picture quality, but so is the B9. And for the price difference, really not worth it at this point to get the newer model. So later in the year, I think that price on the C10 is gonna fall, but until then, the B9 is the best value for most people. If you want to pay the extra money just to get that slight improvement in picture quality with the C10, sure, go for it, but I wouldn't recommend it. The other TV I compared this to in the basement was a TCL. A little bit more obvious there, the difference between the two. The OLED, better for sure. The TCL had that issue of where you look at it from off angle, the blacks get a little bit brighter, contrast goes away a little bit, there's a little bit of blooming, despite all the technology that they put into that TV. Great LCD TV, but still OLED is better. Of course, the LCD was brighter with some HDR material. That's its one benefit. You can see that in a side-by-side comparison, but if you're at home watching, even in a bright room, the LG is going to look plenty bright. Really not a huge difference. Let's talk a little bit about features on this TV. LG put all the bells and whistles in. We'll start with HDMI 2.1, which is the latest standard for connection. It has all the features you'd expect, including auto low latency mode to automatically turn on game mode, reduce input lag, which was spectacular in my measurements, 13 seconds, milliseconds around there, which is great. There's also the ability to take 120 hertz variable refresh rate input, highest bandwidth you're going to get. So again, this TV has all the connectivity you would expect. LG also put some great features in here. We'll lead with the voice. That's Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant built into the remote control. You can talk into the remote, get either of those digital assistants, use them to search for things, launch apps, turn the TV on and off, and also do stuff like, get the weather report on the screen. So as you'd expect, all those high-end features in here, and the design is also very high-end. Look at it from the side. It's got a really sleek look, very thin, pencil thin, thinner than a phone screen, and of course there's this slight bulge on the bottom, so that's where they put all the electronics, all the connections, things like that in the bottom of the TV, but the top section, super thin. Put this thing on the wall, look at it from the side, it's gonna look great. Now LG does make a TV even thinner overall without any of that bulge for the electronics. They kind of slimmed it all down. That TV is a lot more expensive than this one though, so again, for most people, that slightly thicker look, pretty darn good. Now, of course, LG TVs and all OLED TVs have the potential for burn-in. That's where the screen can get a little bit dark after a while. You can see some stuff linger on the screen. That's not really an issue unless you have a lot of the same material playing at the same time. For example, look at CNN, Fox News, something like that. If you're watching that stuff all day, every day, you have it like kind of on in the background, don't get this TV. Get an LCD TV. But if you have a lot of different other material on there, and those static elements are not going to be sitting on your screen for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, OLED is going to be fine. And that's it for LG's C10 OLED television. Again, one of the most expensive, best performing TVs I'll test this year, but not quite worth the money compared to last year's model. I'm David Katzmeyer for CNET. We'll see you in the